Hi, Riley.
Hi.
Hey boys, so we're jumping right into things today. I want to fix the Mustang desperately. I have a midterm to do tonight and some homework, but I have to paint the calipers before I can replace them. So I figured while I'm painting them, I'm gonna be doing my homework at the same time. So I'll go and put a coat on and then go and do homework for a bit and then come back and switch off until I have to do the midterm. Before I can paint the calipers, I had to buy some stuff. So I got some painter's tape, but I'm trying to find something to like hold the calipers up. I don't wanna be like painting them when half of them is laying on top of something and then flip it over. And we're gonna go look around for maybe like a little hat hanger or something. I don't really know. I'm gonna try to find something. I figured I might as well just bring you guys along. All right, we've made it to the first destination. I'm really hoping that they have something that I can use in here because I don't want to be going on a hunt across town to try to find something all day. Got a sick lamp. Oh, I can even put a light in it. I don't even think there's a wire. That'll work perfectly though.
Where is the wire actually? Hey guys, I have the vlog again.
You gotta hold the camera up.
No. I like holding it here.
I'm gonna have to figure out some wire to hang the calipers from, but I'm just gonna dangle them down from this, and that way I can paint all the way around them. It's gonna work great.
Yep. Great. So this is my angle.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Hey,
that's what I was trying to tell you when we were in the car in Seattle. Half the footage that you recorded, it's just like, okay guys.
Hey, it's fine. This is weird. This is less weird.
No, that's way too close.
Ooh.
Yeah, you gotta hold it up. Imagine how I feel. I'm just like, what's up? Yeah. There we go.
I thought you would put it in the back seat, but okay.
No. He's riding up here with us. We've made it back to the house successfully. Thank you again, Riley, because I couldn't have driven my own car. Thanks, Riley.
Welcome.
Drive safe.
Never.
Alright, so we've got the lamp from Goodwill. This was like $8. This was a wire coat hanger that I promptly destroyed. I'm going to curve these into some hooks so that I can hang the calipers on this. The calipers that I'm going to be putting on the car are just OEM calipers. I thought for a long time about maybe upgrading to a big brake kit, but I just decided that as of right now, I don't think it's a good idea. One, because they're very expensive. Like, I can't just fork out several $1,000s just to replace brakes. But at the same time, the Mustang just doesn't have the power to justify that. It's not like it's a newer Coyote engine or anything like that. It's just a 3-valve. I mean, it is quick. It has 300 horsepower. The OEM brakes stop it just fine. So I'm just gonna go with these for now. And eventually, I mean, maybe down the road, if I have more power, I'll need to upgrade to a big brake kit. But for right now, I'm just fine with the OEM brakes, and they're gonna work just fine. So I'm going to start with the front brakes. I'm gonna actually take these apart and make sure that I take all the little black seals off and everything, and then prep them for paint, get them taped up and everything. The reason why I needed 4 hooks is because there's gonna be the caliper itself, but then also the bracket. And I'm gonna separate these two. So I'll paint the 2 calipers and the 2 brackets for the front, and then we'll move on to the back later. Okay, so this barely worked, but it worked. When I started putting the calipers onto here, this thing started to teeter, and I was really worried it was gonna fall, so I had to kind of rotate it 90 degrees, so that way it's leaning against the door. And then I was able to put all of these on here, but they're very close. I might have to get a little bit creative with how I'm painting because they're not very far apart. The back side of this is pretty close to the wall, but I should be able to paint them. I believe in myself. And of course, before I start painting, I want to quickly go over some of the equipment I'm using. So this is the paint I'm going to be using. It's this metal cast anodized coating. So this is good for shiny metal, metal cast, base coat, and it's heat resistant. So it should work good for the calipers. And I also have a clear coat that I haven't taken out of the box yet, but there is clear coat that's going over these as well. And I went ahead and bought one of these masks because I've been doing a lot of painting recently, and like the little half face mask only works so well, and I really don't want to be breathing in all these fumes. So I went ahead and bought this. I guess this is optional, but I do recommend getting some sort of mask, especially if you're painting inside. And of course, you'll want to turn a fan on, but I mean, this one little fan blowing out the window can only work so well. So I am going to be using a mask. But with that out of the way, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and start painting these. Boys, I made a mistake. I don't know how this slipped my mind. Maybe I'm just stressing about school and midterms and stuff, but I completely forgot to get primer. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to start this process over with primer. I think I probably could proceed without primer because of the nature of this paint, because it is designed for painting metal. But I really want the corrosion resistance from a primer that I'm gonna get, so yeah, I made a mistake. Luckily, I'm headed over to my friend Owen's house. Actually, you guys have met Owen. I'm headed over to Owen's house because we have some homework that we have to do. And so on my way over there, I'm gonna stop and pick up some primer, and then I'll continue this process in a bit. Luckily, I bought a bunch of extra paint, so it's not like I have a shortage of blue paint. It did end up being a waste, but I guess you live and you learn. Okay, so I went and I got all the calculus out of the way, and then after that I came back and I worked on this, so I'm going to show you guys the progress that I made off camera. So as you can see, these are now covered in primer. Basically what I've been doing for the last like 2 hours is I sanded off all the old paint, and I didn't get all of it off, but I got like most of it off, especially the main parts where I need there to be primer. This is up to 550 degrees Celsius, which is honestly probably overkill. I don't think that these brakes would heat up that much unless I was like tracking the car or something, which I won't be, so it's fine. So now, before I go to bed, I'm probably gonna put a new coat of blue on top of this. This has been sitting for a while. Yeah, now this is definitely ready for paint now. So I am gonna go ahead and finish painting this, and then tomorrow, I have a couple classes, but after classes, I'm gonna pick this back up and paint the rear calipers on the car, and then we'll start putting everything onto the car, which is gonna take a while. So this is gonna be like a 3-day process. So I'm gonna go ahead, put the blue on these tonight, and then I'll show you the outcome first thing in the morning.
Tomorrow.
All right, so it's currently the next day, and I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the outcome of the blue on the front calipers. Oh, there we go. So, just as a disclaimer, for those of you that have been watching the channel for a bit, you'll know that I've talked about this before, but like I am not the best painter ever, not by a long shot. I don't consider myself to be good at painting. I'm 100% an amateur. I mean, look at this painting studio. It's just, it's like a dollar store shower curtain on the wall. Okay, so anyway, after I scraped off all the old paint, I put a layer of primer, and then I redid the blue on the primer. I did 2 coats of blue and then 1 coat of heat-resistant gloss clear engine enamel stuff. So this might be overkill with heat-resistant primer, paint, and clear, but I just want to make sure that this doesn't corrode or change colors when it's on the car. The paint came out pretty good, I think. There's some imperfections here and there, like sometimes if you look in these little crevices, yeah, there's a couple little like imperfections, maybe some little tiny holidays, but you gotta keep in mind that this is brake calipers. Like, they do not have to be perfect. As long as this side surface looks good, and like the side of the bracket, because that's the part where you're gonna see the brakes, that's the most important thing. Like, if the back side of these aren't amazing, I just can't bring myself to be like triggered by that, you know? They're gonna look fine. You can't really see it on camera, so to you guys it'll probably look great. To me, they're kind of like, I give myself like an 85%, I'd say. Like, it's just not all the way there, but you know, it's good enough for me, and I just don't have as much experience with painting or the equipment to do it perfectly, really. Okay, so I've had a slight change of plans. Instead of just doing like a little edit, I wanted to stop and talk about something because I've noticed a problem with these calipers. So as I was taking these apart and prepping them for paint, I noticed that this one has the regular hardware, which is 13 millimeters for the caliper bolt. And this one, even though the bolt is the same length, this is a different bolt head. So not only does it have like this Torx bit inside of there, I think it's like a T30 or 40, it's also 14 millimeters. So this isn't the right bolt. Luckily, I just happen to have an extra set of rear hardware for this car that has the right size 13 millimeter bolt. But if this happens to you and you don't have the hardware that you need, you should take it back to the store. I honestly would not install this on my car with 2 unmatching sets. Not only is it just gonna take you more time to do a brake job in the future, it's also just bullshit. They need to provide the right hardware for these kits, and you need to hold them accountable. So if this happens to you, don't just throw it onto the car. Please, like, just take it back, because that's really dumb. They're lucky that I have an extra set of hardware. Otherwise, I'd be marching my ass right back to the store. I get that, like, you don't want to be a Karen, but at the same time, like, this is your car. If you're doing this at home, make sure your stuff has the right hardware, and also just inspect it before you leave the store. That's what I should have done when I got these, but the front ones are fine, and I just assumed, like, oh yeah, they're fine, I'll just leave. I should have opened them up in the store and made sure that they were matching, because that can happen a lot. I'm not quite done painting right now, but I'm not just gonna keep boring you guys with the footage. So I've put on both coats of blue, waiting for the second coat to dry, and then I'm gonna start putting on the clear. But I'm gonna meet back with you guys in the morning when I start to put the car back together. Okay, so today is the third and final day of this project. I actually skipped today because I had to do some homework, but today I am going to be installing the new brake calipers that I've painted on the Mustang. I'm a little bit nervous because I've only ever done brake jobs at like a shop. I've changed my brake pads and rotors, but I haven't like bled brakes and done all the full thing at home before, so it's going to be a first. I hope that you guys are still watching because I know that the painting stuff can be just kind of monotonous. I mean, maybe you guys like watching it, but I personally don't really like watching painting stuff. I think it's kind of boring, so I'm gonna try to get into the wrenching stuff as soon as I can. Alright, so this little bleeder thing ended up being a piece of junk. The pump itself is decent, but this little canister wasn't airtight, and so it was literally just pushing more air into the brake line. But luckily, my buddy Cameron came over, and he came and pushed the brake for me, and I did it the old-fashioned way with tightening and loosening the bleeder valve. And so we got this side done. The caliper's looking pretty nice. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I think I'm just gonna do the other side tonight, and then I'll do the backs tomorrow because I'm just running out of daylight. But yeah, that's what happened. We're gonna get back to work. When people think that they've figured things out, is sometimes when things go the worst.
3 days later.
Gentlemen, I guess there's some girls that watch too. Everybody, it's now Thursday night. Wait, is it Wednesday or Thursday?
It's Wednesday.
Okay, it's Wednesday night now. I've made the executive decision that I'm gonna go ahead and finish the brake job. It's about 10:30 p.m., but I really want to go home tomorrow to get a haircut because there's only one person in the state of Oregon that I trust to cut my hair, and they live where my parents live, and I just need a break, okay? I need a break from Corvallis, so I've decided that I'm just going to embrace the full send because I need more full sends on the channel. The straight piped exhaust wasn't enough, and we're going to fix the brakes at 10:30 at night. It's going to be great. Riley's going to push the brake pedal to bleed the brakes for me. It's going to be sweet. I can't see anything. I don't think this is how they intended this to be used, but it's how we're using it tonight, boys. While we have an epic shot here, shout out to my buddy Brandon for making me this awesome diffuser. If you haven't checked him out on Instagram yet, definitely do that. I needed some water. Okay, we have the car up on the jack stands. Make sure if you're doing this at home, you don't do it wrong. I'll let you figure that out. Isn't this quality content? Wouldn't you watch this?
No.
Come on. I have the best YouTube videos. Arby's would be jealous of this. No, these aren't really that meaty. I want to run 275s. These are 255s. High school me was like, oh, it would be really cool if I could rotate my tires. So I put 255s all around on 18x9s, and like, it's a good look, but then as soon as I got a little bit older and I was like, yeah, no, I want to do like cool car stuff. That's when I was like, yeah, maybe I should have just gone with the 18x10s and run 275s on the back. If you know, you know. Okay, I have a handful of sockets here, so one of these is bound to be the correct one. This side always sucks because you have to pull the bolt up to loosen, whereas the other side, lefty-loosey, will be pushing it down. All right, so had a little bit of trouble with the e-brake line, and by trouble I just mean I'm stupid. But now we just gotta get the caliper bracket off the car. God, who put these on last? Was it me? I think it was me. Stick them up. Jason?
The one with Jason there.
The dude that we don't need?
Nope, don't need Jason.
The dude that doesn't help with anything ever?
We love Jason.
Where the f is my 10mm socket? It's a boy. Okay, so I've completed the install of the caliper. So now I'm gonna have Riley hop in the driver's seat, pump the brake pedal for me when I say so, and I'm gonna bleed the brakes. It's gonna be great. All right, press it. Okay.
Comment down below if we should go to Taco Bell or McDonald's.
I've developed this technique after years of training. Okay. just gonna have to. Okay, so we're just gonna quickly time lapse this side because we're almost done. I'm just gonna crank this out really quick. Don't forget to torque down your wheels, ever. Don't let me catch you doing it. As soon as you set your car down off the jack stands, you torque those lug nuts, baby. Now watch this drive. For this car, it's 90 foot-pounds, but see, I'm using an adapter, so I bumped it up a little bit because you lose a little bit of torque when you have to use an adapter, so keep that in mind. Don't let me catch you not torquing your fucking wheels down. Don't forget the other side. Are you zooming in on my ass?
It's currently too early in the morning to be working on a car. Currently almost 1 in the morning.
She's done. Oh well, we have to test drive. But she's done. Boys, I really didn't feel like doing this tonight, but I pushed through. If you ever want things in life, you have to push through, okay? We're getting to the motivational speeches of 1 a.m. Things won't be easy.
Okay, we're done.
Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs?
The next day.
Dude, look at this freaking chonker right here. Oh my god. What is on your head, bro? Excuse me, sir. I honestly kind of forgot about the squirrels at my parents' place. They keep like peanuts and stuff for them so that way they come up. But oh my god. This dude is like so fat and like not shy. Like I'm just like standing right next to this dude. Look at that. Oh. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway guys, last night I drove back up to my parents' house. The car did fine. The brakes are working super well. And I just realized I haven't shown them to you guys during the day. So I'm gonna quickly give you a walk around. So there they are. It's a nice blue. I do need to clean these wheels. The car's kind of nasty from the road trip, but I like how the blue kind of pokes out, but it's not like super out there, kind of like a red would be. It's a little more subtle. Then of course there's the rear. I don't have anybody up here that can take some rolling shots for me, so hopefully in the next video or two I can get you guys some rolling shots of the Mustang so you can kind of see the calipers as the car is actually going down the road, because you know, that's what's cool about having the painted calipers. But as you guys know, part of the whole reason why I had to fix the brakes and come back up here is because I really need a haircut. I mean, it's just Wolverine status out here. It's not looking good anymore. So I've got an appointment scheduled, so I'm gonna head over there, get my haircut, and I'll see you guys in just a second. And there it is, boys. It's a little bit shorter than usual because I need this haircut to last a little bit while I'm down in Corvallis, but I feel so much better. This was 100% worth the drive up here. This guy cuts my hair like no other, so shout out to him. Alright, so we've reached the part of the video where I say my corny YouTuber things and you guys smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you haven't done that already. And if you made it this far in the video, you might as well just go ahead and subscribe if you aren't already, because I'm trying to upload once a week until winter term starts, and then hopefully I can upload every day from like December 10th to 12th-ish, somewhere right in there, all the way until Christmas. I'm trying to do Vlogmas this year. I'm fully committed to making that happen. Recently, the struggle has been like, I have mods to install on the Mustang, but I'm trying to find like smaller mods that I can do in like a day or two for the next couple weeks before I have to do like the bigger projects, because the bigger projects take like 2 or 3 days to really complete, and it's kind of hard when I have school like full-time pretty much from Monday through Friday, and then I only have like a day and a half really a week to video these. I think I know what I'm gonna do next, but either way, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. It's kind of becoming a chunk of a video. It's like 20 minutes long now. I think this might actually be my longest video yet, so that's kind of cool, but this video took way too long to edit, so I'll see you guys next time. Peace out and dream big.